right. Well, this thing is messing up on me tonight. This is Sports Talk on the Tuesday night edition. We are live on the WJRG television network. I'm Dr. Jerry Green, along with in the studio, Big Don from Big Don Production. What's up, Don?
Everything's good, man. I'm looking to buy a team. Anybody got any bubble gum?
Listen, you guys get started already. Let me go around. Let me go around first. Also in the studio, we got the legend himself, Brother Bruce Austin. What's up, Bruce? God bless you.
Beautiful, brother. Everything's beautiful.
All right. All the way in the beautiful state of the Sunshine State, my brother, but the temperature is 70 degrees in Florida, Jacksonville. What's up, my brother? What's up? How you doing?
Good, bro. How's everybody this evening?
All right. And all the way in Maryland from Power to Stand Outreach Ministries, one of the greatest pastors in the world and part of the bishops in the world and part of the Bridge Network, Bishop Ernest E. Richard Jr. What's up, my brother?
I think I'll stick to preaching. I can't pick a team that can win if to save their life. Team for sale. What's up, fellas?
Another legend, Anthony McLean. What's up, Anthony? God bless you.
Doing good. Doing good.
All the way in Maryland, once again, my brother-in-law, Larry Pearson. Take that KC thing down too, man. How you doing, brother Larry?
I'm doing great. It's not over till it's over.
All right, okay. And one of the greatest pastors in the world from Basileia just got back from North Carolina, and welcome back to the show. I know you was on Friday, Pastor Walter T. What's up, my brother? God bless.
God bless you. How's everyone?
We are truly blessed. So we're going to start it off. I know Larry got some topics, so let's get this show on the road. Go ahead, Larry. Do your thing, brother.
Yeah, I'm going to start off with, not last night, but I was watching the Rams play. I was very high on the Rams and watching the game. It looked like there's a few holes, The quarterback played pretty good, but defenses, it didn't hold up. They couldn't hold up to the Panthers. The Panthers ain't got the number one offense in the league, and the quarterback is not the best, but he looked pretty good. He looked pretty good against the Rams. They couldn't get to him. The Rams, the way they lost the game, they shouldn't have lost it if they played differently. I think if they would have kept the ball on the ground and pounded a little bit more instead of put it in the air and keep giving it back to the Panthers, I think it's been more in their favor. So I want to go with Anthony, since Anthony more or less went with his Panthers. And how the Panthers look to you, Anthony?
That's the best game they played all year. Balanced on both sides. They caught them. They caught them napping. They got a chance to win this division. They have two more games with Tampa. They got them head up. It may come down to that last week of the season and for the title. So I thought that they were like a year away from really contending, but this win showed that they've got a little something there. And if they can just maintain some consistency defensively, they'll be fine.
Okay, Pastor Walter T, you kind of seen this coming.
Kinda, yeah. It's one of those games, man. And Matthew Stafford, he's known for throwing interception, and he was on a great streak, and then stuff happens, man. You got one popped up in the air, intercepted in the end zone. Then he throws one for a pick six. But you got to give it to Carolina, man. But I was worried about that. I texted Ant. I said, man, I felt this one coming. They're gonna have a bad one. I'm glad they have a bad one now, other than the playoffs. So, but yeah, the Panthers played good, man. They ran the ball. They hit those 2 fourth down, throwing for touchdowns. It's fourth and whatever. They hit 2 bombs for the touchdown. So they played good, man. Ironic, I was in Charlotte over the weekend, walking around the mall, had all my Ram stuff on. Everybody looking at me. They probably said, where that guy at? We just seen with all that Ram gear on walking around Charlotte. Yeah, but they played well, man. But that division is something, though, the West, right? Except for the Cardinals, everybody got 9 wins.
I remember you saying that was a trap game.
Yeah, man. I just felt it, Bruce. That's one of them. They were playing so well. Stafford been playing so well, haven't been throwing it to the other team. And sure enough, I didn't even know, I didn't see the game. I got home and came in. The first thing I did was looked at my phone. I said, oh, man. So then I text Ant, said, congratulations, man.
They was due, though. They was due.
They was due for a bad game, Bruce.
You want them to lose one before they go into the playoffs.
All right, go ahead, Bishop.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I was impressed with Carolina and a couple of mishaps that turned into a fever. I got to make sure I put that in there. That one long pass that went, I don't know how on earth that receiver was that wide. Well, he wasn't that wide open. His defender was 3 steps behind him. But that's wide open in football terms, I guess. But, Bryce Young looked really good. The line held up. He didn't get too many hurries, not too many swatted balls. I mean, they just played. Carolina played like they had purpose. I got to say it that way. So I'm going to leave it right there. Carolina played like with purpose. I should have took him, Ed. I don't know why I went against myself. I should have took him. Hey, I'm riding your bandwagon next week because I think this is another win coming your way.
All right, Brother Green, go ahead, Henry.
Pastor Wolf said everything I was going to say, so I'm not going to say too much on that. But Carolina, they're still in their playoff team. They're right in the hunt. So we just have to see this. Their record is 7-6, so they're right there. So we just have to see with 5 games left where they finish at, where the Rams finish. Because right now with that loss, the Rams, Seahawks are both 9-3. So we'll just see where everybody with 5 games left, where they pull up. But I agree with everything Pastor Wall said, and also it was good to get that bad game out of the game because in the playoffs, you don't get another chance.
Go ahead, Don. Go ahead, Don, because I got a question I want to ask you. But go ahead, Don.
I think it's all been said because when Pastor Walt said last week he was worried, I was saying, why is he worried? It's the Panthers. You guys got this. Then when the game started, it didn't take me long to say, Pastor knew what he was talking about.
There you go.
That's all I got to say on that.
All right, Bruce, you got a comment on that?
No. We can move on because,
All right, but I got a question because I know you guys said on Friday night, or might have been, I know Larry said it, that the Rams are the best team in the AFC and the NFC. All right, well, what about the Patriots, though? They're like, what, 11-2 or something? When you guys going to start giving the Patriots a little respect? I know Tom Brady's not there, and it's kind of strange to see the Patriots in this position. Are they the best team in football, Larry? No, at 11-2.
And right now, the way they're sitting right now, they look like they are the best team on paper and with the eye test because every game they have showed up to, they had no letdowns. They play consistently. The quarterback don't make a lot of mistakes. And it's not like they barely winning games. They are actually beating teams, I think when they play Buffalo, they're going to be Buffalo in New England and put a stamp of approval on it. So I think right now, most teams don't want to play the Patriots because they're a complete team.
What about you, Henry? Is the Patriots how good? Because I said, we all said basically that the Rams is probably the best team in football right now. But what about the Patriots, in your opinion?
Well, the Patriots got the best record in the AFC at 11-2. The Broncos are right behind them at 10-2. I would say in the regular season, they're looking good. They're probably going to win the number 1 seed between them and Denver. It's going to be what they do in the playoffs.
But it's regular season for everybody, not just for them. It's a regular season for everybody.
But what I'm saying is because they was a losing team since Brady had left. So now everybody was shocked that nobody picked New England to be as good as they are right now. But it's going to be because in the playoffs, you lose, you're out. So it's just going to be a matter of what they do in the playoffs. Can they make it to the AFC? Even if they don't get to the Super Bowl, can they make it to the AFC Championship game? I just want to see, we don't want to be like they win soon as they get in, they lose the first game. So I'm just waiting to see how they really do. But as of right now, yes, they look like the best team between in the playoffs right now.
All right, go ahead, Bishop. Go ahead, Bishop.
I mean, basically, Larry said it best. On paper, on record, yeah, they are the best team currently. They got the best record. So let's give honor where honor's due. They're getting it done, and they're not just walking away from teams. Somebody said, I think Henry said it. They're not just winning games; they are literally beating teams. Kind of makes you a little nervous. But you know what I did notice, and I'm gonna stop right here so the rest of the guys can get in here. They showed in the post game the coach, the locker room. You know how most locker rooms, there's a lot of cheering. These guys were like militant type. You know, I mean, quiet locker room. Coach said what he had to say. When he said one of these numbers, everybody together. I said, these boys are disciplined. That's probably the difference right there.
All right, go ahead, Anthony. I'm going Pastor, then I'm taking in the studio. What you think about the Patriots?
Yeah, well, the coach is a he played for Belichick, and he coached under Belichick, so that's why that's why you're getting it. Maybe I'm being stubborn. I'm just not. I'm not. I give them their due. They're the best team in the AFC for now. I don't know how far they're going to go though. I'm not sold yet. Maybe I might be the only one that feels that way. I'm not sold yet on the Patriots all the way.
You're a football man. Okay, that's your opinion. But like I said, 11-2, and you got to look at it. If the Chiefs don't make it in, that's the team that everybody supposed to have feared, with Pat Mahomes. So if they don't make it in, it's wide open because you got Denver, you got the Chargers, you got all the other teams, the Colts. But I think the Patriots could beat some of those teams. But let me go past the wall. He's my football man as well. How good are the Patriots past the wall?
Good. They're good. They won 10 in a row, so they're good. They picked the right coach. They had a good defense last year.
Mm-hmm.
Their quarterback, is in another year. He's playing very good. I think, but my thing is, just like the Rams, they haven't had a clunker yet. I mean, they've been playing good. They have won 10 in a row, so they're due for a bad game. You would hate for them to, I think Buffalo's going to beat them. I think that'll be their bad game. I think Buffalo got a lot to play for, but they look good, man. And it's way back into the Peyton Manning thing, Denver and the Patriots. Back in the day, playing for the AFC title. They're both in the top. They both look good, even though the Broncos had a struggle. But the Patriots are playing really good.
Okay, go ahead, Don. Then I'll go Bruce on the Patriots.
Can't nobody doubt how good the Patriots are playing right now. Nobody can doubt that. But like Henry was saying, when it come down to the big dance, I'm going to tell you right now, the Pacers cannot go all the way. They can't. You don't just come up a young team like that and just take over and just go all the way. When you got, I still think the Rams is a better team than the Patriots, even though the Patriots got the best record.
Yeah, but the Rams are in the NFC though, so
I'm just saying.
I got you.
I still think they're a better team. I'm not going by no division or nothing. I'm just saying.
No, but they won't meet to the Super Bowl if they go.
Right, that's my point. They won't be to get to the Super Bowl if both of them get there, because the Patriots got to worry about the Chargers, the Broncos, the Colts.
A better team. I wasn't talking about Super Bowl. Super Bowl, I don't think they're going to make it.
But here's the worst case scenario, man. Because the Patriots #1 seed, and God forbid the Chiefs sneak in as that bottom seed. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that, man. I'm telling you, they don't want to see that.
Throw one more in there. Yeah, and Baltimore has a way of waking up at the right time.
Nah, Baltimore's done.
Chiefs are done. The Chiefs are done too. They got to play the Texans this week. They got to.
I told you that. Yeah, I've said that before, but no, I think they're going to be okay. I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Texans.
All right, they're going to beat the Broncos too and all that, right? So
they're going to have to, Jerry.
They got to win the next.
I'm not going to give up on Mahomes as long as he got 2 feet. I'm going with him. Better knock him out.
I got you. But if we get knocked out, then it feels wide open. Go ahead, Bruce.
Oh, no doubt.
Go ahead, Bruce.
I don't agree with none of that. What y'all talking about? The Patriots playing the best ball of anybody in the NFL
right now.
Now or later. You can't set it up.
You can't jump on later yet.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. The question was,
you're right.
Who's playing the best right now?
Right.
It's the Patriots.
Right.
Everybody
all said that though. So what you disagree with? We all said they're playing the best.
Everybody else that we picked in the beginning of the year has faltered.
Right.
You still don't want to give the teams that do it good no respect.
We're not believers yet. Bruce.
Yeah, but we're talking about right now. We don't know what's going to happen.
Right now, we all respect it.
Yeah, but that's the question. We don't even know if Kansas City gonna make it, and people putting them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you said, we don't respect them yet.
The name what your record say you are, right?
Yeah.
You can't check the goalposts and the team that you think not gonna do nothing is up there. You are what your record is, and like somebody else said, it's a big difference from the coast because New England beat all the big boys. They didn't just beat all the scrubs. You know what I mean? They didn't just jump in there beating up everybody in their division. They beat up on Kansas City, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
They already
played Kansas City.
You know what I mean?
They could be Kansas City. But Bruce, to your point, let me just say one thing, Don. Let Larry move on. Donald, but Walter's got for the same pastor that if Pat Mahomes get in, okay, now he just brought up Pat Mahomes. Suppose the Chiefs don't get in. That means the field is wide open. Like I said, I think the Patriots could probably beat the Chargers. They have a good shot against the Broncos. They have a good shot against the Colts. They have a good shot against anybody in the AFC. All right, if y'all just going to ride out Pat Mahomes, and he might not even make it.
Right.
They giving Pat Mahomes the benefit of the doubt because what he has accomplished already.
I understand that.
If he's as good as everybody say he is, and everybody will fear the big Kansas City, that means they shouldn't have lost the game that they lost.
They should win the Super Bowl then, in that case.
They already proved that they could be beat 6 times already. So I don't know how y'all got so much confidence in them sneaking in and all of a sudden they great again. I see that.
That's why I use the Rams for an example. I think the Rams got a better team. I never said Kansas City.
Yeah, but everybody that's won more than 6 games got a better team than Kansas City. Everybody.
Oh, boy.
Bruce got his chest stuck out now because the Cowboys beat him. He got his chest stuck out now.
Yeah, bragging right.
Oh, man. Go ahead, Larry. Go ahead, Larry.
Slapped by Detroit, though we have a conversation.
All right, Larry, let's go to the next one. Go to the next one, Larry.
The next one is Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Philadelphia got totally dominated by Chicago Bears. I mean, they was down by 14, 2 touchdowns with about 4 minutes to go in the game. In Chicago, they got a late touchdown in the game to make it close. And Chicago wasn't at full strength. Do you think all the chaos that's happening with the Philadelphia's is going to cost them in this run of the Super Bowl? Start with you, Henry.
Well, right now, the way the Eagles are playing, I would say yes. But we're not at the playoffs yet, so we just have to see. They might get it together. But as of right, if it's currently right now, they're struggling. But they still got 5 games left, so I'm not going to totally count them out. I think the only team, 2 teams, the other 2 teams in the NFC is the Rams and the Cowboys. I know the Cowboys ain't there yet, but I think they're going to win their 5 games and get in. They're playing really well. So and Seattle's playing good. So it's still, Chicago in the game. The only thing I'm not sold on the quarterback in Chicago. Everything else I like about their team, but their quarterback, I don't know how he's going to go. Because really, if he would have played good, their score should have been a lot bigger against the Eagles. I mean, the Eagles had how many turnovers? 5 turnovers.
Yeah, something like that.
But the quarterback was put in good positions to score, but he didn't do it.
I see Bishop shaking his head, though. Let me go with the Bishop. Go ahead, Bishop, on that.
He said the Cowboys. Well, I mean, I like Booker, but I don't like the Cowboys. No disrespect, Bruce, but the Cowboys is not all that. You left out the Packers, you left out the Bears, you left out the Lions. What are you talking about? I just don't understand that. No. The Eagles are struggling right now, but they are going to be there at the end of the day. Cowboys, like the Vikings, even better than the Vikings, actually.
Better.
At least the Cowboys will get to sniff the playoffs. Minnesota got to go buy tickets for the playoffs. Anyway, the truth of the matter is, I got to retract. I hope you retract your last statement, because those teams you named to get into the playoffs, Cowboys ain't on that list. Sorry about that.
Wow. All right, Henry. Wow. You got
Well, hey, he's the top
Who's
dude.
go now?
But
We gotta take
all
that.
I'm saying is the Cowboys are playing really good.
Cowboys are
They
playing
can
good.
play really good. I'm gonna show you something. As bad as Minnesota's playing, they can probably still take the Cowboys out.
All right,
So,
okay.
and if that happens,
I don't
they
want to get.
play,
Let me
they
go
play
past.
this week.
Let me
They
go back.
play
Let me
the
go back.
Commanders this week, and then they play the Cowboys the following week. So
All right.
I'm not gonna say anything. Just let the game play. Let's see what happens.
All right,
You'll
go ahead,
change
Pastor.
your
I'm Philly, man. I'm Philly, Pastor. Go ahead. Stick with Philly.
Yeah, something's going on there. I mean, my thing is that they ran the ball right down their throat. Both of their running backs had over 100 yards, and not like just over 100, a lot over 100. They ran the ball right down that vaulted. A couple of weeks ago we was talking about how good that defensive line was. They ran the ball right down their throat. So I'm still not convinced on the Bears. I mean, they got a great coach. We see what's happening with there. But I think, I'm looking at the Eagles the rest of their season. They only got two tough games left. They got the Chargers and they got the Bills. They got the Commanders twice and they got the Raiders. They're going to win all three of those. So I think they're okay. But something is definitely going on for that team to go from looking like that to that bad. I mean, they got embarrassed. They got embarrassed. They ran the ball right down their throat. So that was a shock to me. Because again, I went back and watched the game because I missed the game, so I watched it. And I said, "Man, they ran the ball right down their throat.
All right, go ahead,
Two
Anthony.
backs over 100 yards."
Go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah.
Go with Bruce.
The worst thing that's happened to the Eagles now is they've become predictable on offense, and that'll kill you. And then when everybody knows what you're coming with, they may just have to go back to the basics and just ride Barkley. They tried. I think probably the worst thing they did was try to appease Brown, and yeah, his numbers have gone up. But you notice that when his numbers have gone up, they haven't been consistent on offense. So they've got to find a way to become less predictable. I really think, especially now with the weather being what it is, you got to go back and ride Barkley again. I mean, I know teams are keen on him, but if the Eagles have a Super Bowl run in them, it's going to be because of Barkley becoming Barkley again.
That's something I said earlier before we came on the air. Is Barkley going to have to? He got to step it up a little bit. Go ahead, Bruce. I'm Philly.
Yeah, Anthony. I think you hit the nail right on the head, man. I noticed that too. When AJ Brown was complaining, everybody else was playing good. Now they like catering to him, and everybody else production dropped. Everything. I noticed that out. So
Yeah.
I think it's more of a locker room thing. The locker room might be tired of hearing him cry, and everybody cater to him. So everybody not performing up the standards. You know what I mean? That's what I think was going on.
All right, Big Don. Let's talk about Philly, man. What's going on with Philly in the city of brotherly love, man?
Well, I think it's all in the locker room myself, and I think that this is why you got managers and coaches. They're supposed to get this part here under control because they got the talent, they got the team, but if those guys are not having things under control in that locker room, that's what we're seeing on the field.
Yeah.
They got to straighten that time out, and they still got time to do it. I agree with Henry. We'll see what they do, but I'm going to give them a little break there. I'm going to think because I definitely don't think the Bears got a better team. So I'm going to give them a little break, and I'm saying that whatever's happening in that locker room, they're probably going to find it out before the year is out.
Hey, can I add one more thing?
Go ahead.
Take a guy like Jalen Hurts, right? You know how cool and calm he always is? This way you need a quarterback like a Baker Mayfield. You know what I mean? To rally the troops together.
Or Tom Brady, right? Yep.
Yeah, but Hurt more laid back, man. He cool, calm, and collective. You know what I mean? You need a quarterback now to be the leader to say, look, man, you see some quarterback like I use Baker Mayfield. He up and down that line, man, them guys face all while the defense is on the field. You know what I mean? That's what Philly need right now, the leader other than the coaches. You know what I mean? They need a voice that's up there to say, look, man, we got to do this, man. We got to repeat. We can't go individual no more. It's not working.
You know what I think though? Too, I like to add what Ant said about they need to run the ball and they need to let the quarterback run the ball. They need to stop letting him think he's a drop back pass. I mean, he couldn't drop back a pass, but his A game is running the ball.
Right.
They should let him run the ball because once he starts running, then Barkley can run, and that's their game. Then they can do the play action. But now they're trying to let him, drop back so he can, like he was saying, appease, Brown, and it's taken away from they're predictable.
Yeah.
Before they was running the ball. Jalen Hurts was running it, Barkley was running it. And you don't know who's gonna get it. It's almost like it was like a mirror of the Ravens. Now Lamar don't run the ball like he used to.
Right.
But
But
why can't it be Philly and Kansas City in the same boat where everybody, when you're the champs, everybody come after you and they bring their A game, and a lot of these teams, like I said, the league is more balanced this year, man. It's not it's not like you got a dominant team because any given Sunday, if you don't play at your best, you can get beat. Because like I said, nobody Philly should have been up 21-0 on Thanksgiving. No, it wasn't Thanksgiving, but 21-0 on a Sunday night, whatever it was, and you're gonna lose to Dallas, be up 21-0.
The difference between Philly and Kansas City is we can see the trouble that Philly has. We don't know what's going on in Kansas City. You know what I mean? We don't know the certain players. We don't know.
Oh my God.
But we can see that the locker room is lost in Philly. That's the difference. You know what I mean?
What's the difference, lad? You checking? He said, "Oh my God!" What on Bruce's comment?
We know what the problem is with the KC.
What's
The
the problem?
offensive line is not holding up. I mean, Mahomes running for his life, okay? And the defense is about 5 seconds late getting to the quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big difference than losing the locker room. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's not, they didn't lose the locker room. Kansas City just isn't Kansas City anymore. They're not the team that they used to be. And we were saying that from the beginning of the year, but Pat Mahomes was good enough to drag them along in the years past, but this year he can't overcome first we were saying, once they get all their wide receivers back, they're all back and they still not as good as they used to be.
Yeah,
still fumbling and bumbling.
Yep.
All right, go ahead, Larry.
And Kelsey's playing better now than he played last year.
I think it is the offensive line, though, like Larry said.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. That's what cost them the 2 Super Bowls. That's what cost them the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay, and that's what cost them the Super Bowl last year. And then their best offensive lineman, didn't Smith get hurt, Larry?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah, he's the best offensive lineman. They already stink. And then the one that kept getting the penalties got hurt too. Whatever they Jawan. So their offensive line's in trouble.
Hey, fellas, let's take a minute and do this here real quick. No, Coach.
Season's greetings from Big Don Productions and Kingdom Media International proudly presents the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase and Christmas Toy Drive 2025, Saturday, December 20th at the Music Back Then Performing Theater, 221 Bull Hill Lane, West Haven, Connecticut. Performing that evening will be Jamila Douglas, Blessings, Calvin Cooper, Dre the Voice, Lisa Bellamy, Rock Tabernacle Male Chorus, comedian Dr. Irma Something Else. Featured guest group will be the legendary Tyrese Hall and the Golden Stars. Doors open at 5:30 p.m. and show starts at 6 p.m. sharp. That's at Saturday, December 20th, the Music Back Then Performing Theater, 221 Bull Hill Lane, West Haven, Connecticut. Also, other sponsors include WJRG, Gospel Inspirations, 94.3, WYBC, Action First Broadcast, Rock Tabernacle Ministries. Tickets are $20. And for more information, call 203-875-0520. That's 203-875-0520. Or for tickets, Cash App at $84 Plymouth. That's Cash App at $84 Plymouth for the Jerry Green's Gospel Showcase and Toy Drive 2025.
All right. Hey, I do want to say something, man. I'm gonna start a little trouble on this one. It seems like every time something happens, you guys either blame the offensive line or you blame the defense and to try to protect the quarterbacks. When the quarterback doing good, the quarterback get all the praise. When things don't go good, it's offensive line or either it's the defense. I mean, why can't it just be the quarterback that's having the bad? Yeah, he overthrowing the ball. Patrick Mahomes overthrowing a lot of his receivers, and he's trying to run, but them guys are gearing up on him. They watch film. Why got to be the offensive line, Larry? Why you playing the offensive line?
Why? Because anytime you count to 3 seconds, he already knocking you down. That's called the offensive line not blocking. You got to get so many seconds to get the pass off. It's not instant pass. You got to drop back. Take you a couple of seconds to drop back. Most quarterbacks want to get it out their hands within 3 to 5 seconds. Now, and if I ain't got 3 seconds, how can I find somebody?
All right, but remember a few weeks ago, you guys are blaming Bo Nix, whatever his name is, for Denver. He wasn't consistent and all this and all that.
He's not consistent. He's not.
He's still inconsistent.
In fact, Mahomes ain't consistent either. In this case, he's not consistent.
But if you sit back there and you count how much time he has to pass.
See, that's it, Jerry. If you sitting in that pocket and you got time to throw, then it's on the quarterback. But when every time you hold your head up, there's a big guy standing right in front of you. You can't even think which way you're supposed to throw the ball no more.
Yeah. When the quarterback's doing good, that means the offensive line is doing good.
So it's offensive line, okay.
And people keep talking about Bo Nix.
You don't have to look far, Jerry. Just look at my background if you want to know what they're talking about.
All right, go ahead, Bruce. Bruce gonna say something about Bo Nix. Go ahead, Bruce.
He tended
Bo Nix. Let's look at my background if you want to know what they're talking about.
Let Bruce finish. Go ahead, Bruce.
Bo Nix is just as consistent as anybody else in the league. He's 10-2. How bad could he be?
Very bad. He got a great defense.
That's right. He still got to score points.
Yeah, he got
really.
He ain't got to score many. He won a lot of games. They ain't score over 12 points.
You got to learn the game. You can't just say anything. He got a great defense. When they just played Kansas City, Pat couldn't even set up for pass. And you wanted to get rid of the ball less than 3 seconds, 5 seconds, you're gonna get killed. But anyway, he has a great defense, not just good. And that's why they're gonna have a hard time this week, because I said it week before last, before they lost to the Cowboys, that they still had to pay the Houston Texans, and they got a great defense.
I'm not saying perfect. I'm just saying he's playing consistent enough to win, and that's all.
Come on.
But I'm saying he's 10-2. Yeah,
you don't have to be perfect to win. Defense, we say that all the time. If you got a great defense, you can do stuff.
Yeah.
If you got a great offense, all you need is a mediocre defense. It
right.
works ways.
But Bruce, his offensive line must be pretty good, to be 10-2. I mean, we're saying that Pat Mahomes, they got a bad offensive line. So his offensive line, it's the defense, but the offense got to be doing something too, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, ain't nobody gonna complain about Bo Nix when his record is 10-2.
All right. I'll go ahead, Larry. Do your thing. I'm sorry I got to start some every now and then. Go ahead, Larry.
Okay, the coach are getting ready to go downhill. We talked about it. It's like when the coach plays somebody with just a pretty good defense. And now this is what the coach got. They got the 49ers.
Okay.
They got the Jaguars twice. They got to go to Texas, and they got the Seahawks. And they're going to come out there with 2 to 3 losses, without a doubt.
At least,
if not more, And I think they going in the toilet.
Yeah, that's a tough schedule, bro.
That's a tough schedule. All right, let's start with Anthony on that. We'll go ahead, Anthony.
Yeah, that's they may have the roughest of all the remaining schedule of all the teams that are contending, and you get the thing with them is that they've peaked offensively.
Really?
They're another team that's been struggling offensively. I mean, Taylor has been a non-factor in the last couple of games. Again, they've got to reinvent themselves offensively, or either just say, hey, let's just put all our eggs in Taylor's basket and see what they've done. They've actually played a little better defensively, even though they've lost, but their offense now is struggling. They're another one that they're gonna. I think they have to go back to basics and maybe let Taylor take over these games for them.
All right, go ahead, Don, about the Colts.
That is a tough one when I heard that schedule just now.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to throw them in the dumps just yet. I think the Colts are still going to do fairly good. That's what I think.
Go ahead, Bruce. Then I go with Henry.
Yeah. I agree with everything. I mean, there's not too much left to say on that. I agree with everything everybody said on that. We can
go ahead, Brother Green. On the Colts, man. I know they got a tough schedule, but this show what you're made of. When the going get tough, the tough get going. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, their schedule is really tough because them in Jacksonville and the Texans are really one game apiece between them three. And then the Colts got with the I think they got to play the 49ers or whoever they got to play.
They got to play the 49ers and the Seahawks.
And the
Jaguars
Seahawks.
twice.
Yeah, so I don't know, with that schedule. We'll see Sunday. They coming to Jacksonville. So they'll be in Jacksonville on Sunday. So
you should be at the game, man.
we will see how they game play. But see, the only thing about Jacksonville, they have been kind of inconsistent because when they beat Kansas City, it looked like they was really gonna do good. Then I think they lost like 3 games in a row, but then they got it back. They won like the last 2. But we'll see. This will be a big test because right now they're tied. Them and the Colts are tied for the division. So,
all right, go ahead, Bishop. Go ahead, Bishop.
Well, primarily, you heard the schedule, and I agree with Larry. 3 losses, possible 4th loss because one of those games is a toss-up. So let's wait and see. I told you 2 weeks ago, Daniel Jones was going to turn the golden carrot is going to turn back into the pumpkin, and it's already happening.
All right, go ahead, Pastor Walter Teague, my football man. Go ahead on the Colts.
Yeah, that is a tough schedule. I'm looking at it, and the thing about it is, they got the Texans who have a good defense, and you got Seattle. They got a good defense. Those are going to be their 2 Achilles heel. They might split with Jacksonville. Here's the thing: Jacksonville does not rush the quarterback. If you let Daniel Jones just stand there, he's going to do fine. Those other 2 teams, they're going to get after him. The Texans and the Seahawks. So. I agree with someone said, yeah, they peaked early, man. This is another one of those teams. They peaked early and you found that Achilles heel, just like the Lions. If you get Goff, if you knock him down, you get shaky. He's another one. Daniel Jones is another one. Bruce said that last week. What about Daniel Jones? You just saw that. And here we go again. He got 2 teams that are going to knock him down.
Okay, let me just say something now. We know the Seahawks are in the NFC. So in the playoffs, they don't have to worry about the Seahawks. Now, now you said what's on the team you just said? They got to play. They got to play. Jaguars.
The Jaguars twice.
Jaguars is in their division. And the Texans.
They're in the AFC, right?
Yeah, they're in the same division.
Okay, same division.
They tied for first in their division, 8-4.
Yeah,
okay.
And as of right now, Indianapolis. As of right now, the Jaguars have the tiebreaker.
Okay,
they haven't played yet.
Yep.
Yeah, because they beat Chiefs.
But can the Colts beat the Jaguars? I know you said,
they're still together, but like somebody said, they got to regroup. You see what the Texans did? The Texans were losing. They regrouped. I think they won, 6 in a row?
Yeah.
Yeah, when the quarterback went down, they got on the winning streak.
Yeah. Without
go ahead, Larry, because I want to talk about KC too, but I know you were bringing about Laz and the Cowboys. What else you got?
Okay, I want to talk about them Cowboys going to them Cowboys.
Cowboys. How about
Cowboys going up into Detroit? It's gonna be a lot of ruckus up in Detroit. Everybody gonna be flying high. It's gonna be a lot of offense.
Okay.
I think the score gonna wind up being like maybe 42-38.
Wow.
Because right now I don't see too much defense, and their running backs gonna get loose eventually.
Okay.
They're gonna bust a couple.
Let me ask you guys a question. Any of y'all ever called Bruce? You called Bruce phone yet? Bruce says Cowboy headquarters. You guys ever called? I called him on what day was that? Thanksgiving, Bruce. I called you on. What did you say, Bruce? Somehow you said it.
Cowboy headquarters.
So you guys call his phone. Call it when they play the Lions, Larry. Call Bruce's phone and let him say Cowboy headquarters. Anyway, go ahead. Let me start with
I got 5 lines hooked up, so everybody call.
let me start with Bruce on that. With Bruce, the Lions, and the Cowboys. Go ahead, bro.
Listen, there's nowhere in the world that score gonna be that high.
Okay.
Nowhere in the world. I mean, Dallas. You got to give Dallas defense a little respect now. They're not perfect, but they miles ahead of where they were, and I don't think they're gonna give up that many points. I don't think so. It's gonna be a great game, but I think it would be something like 24-17, something like that.
Before the last 2 games, those Cowboys average points they gave up. Before the last 2 games.
We ain't worried about before the last 2. We worry about the last 2. I mean, them boys getting it together. All them new people that they come in, they're getting better and better. That's what's happening. You know what I mean?
All right, go ahead, Don.
I'm definitely giving the Cowboys this win, and I'm not even gonna say the Lions even got much of a chance because they haven't been playing well lately, and they still hurt. So I think the Cowboys gonna beat the Lions and keep on rolling.
All right, Pastor Walls, on you.
The defensive play.
The Cowboys are peaking at the right time. This is do or die for the Lions, so I think the Lions are going to win. This is do or die. If they win this, they ain't going to make the playoffs. So
you got the Lions. So you got the Lions, Pastor Walt, on Sunday when they play.
Yeah, they're playing in Detroit, right?
Playing in Detroit. Go ahead, Bishop. Go ahead, Bishop.
Well, the Cowboys do well. They can handle the run, but sometimes they get beat by the run. So between Montgomery and Gibbs, I kind of think that's going to stabilize golf in the passing game. I'm giving this one to the Lions 21-14.
21-14. Wow.
Is the quarterback, I mean, the running back, wide receiver back?
Not yet. Laporte.
No, not Laporte.
No, he's questionable.
Oh, you talking about St. George?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I'm talking about Amaron St. whatever his name is. Yeah.
As of right now, he's out. He's out.
Oh, okay. No, I'm going with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You switch up.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
what's up now? Don't y'all
This is basically an elimination game for all intents and purposes. Whoever loses this
game
doesn't get
it.
We're getting down to that now. The good thing about this is that they've both have had a week off. They timed this one perfectly because usually those Thursday night games, they're usually lousy because they only have a short week. But they've both had a full week of rest. But that being said, now that Brown is definitely going to be out, you got to give the Cowboys advantage in this one.
Hey, Andy, did I get you already?
No, you didn't.
Go ahead, bro.
But I expect the Cowboys to win because Detroit's not playing that well, and if they still got all the defensive back guys and they're hurt with Pickens and Lamb, I see them guys having a big field day back there with the wide receivers. So and the defense is a lot better. I just see the Cowboys winning this game. That's just my take.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the Cowboys too because I think the Cowboys, they're on a roll right now. I think they got a lot of confidence. The defense is playing a lot better. Because people talked about them all year and they got something to prove. I just think the Cowboys and Dak is having a great year, come to think of it. I mean, I know we was critical of Dak Prescott, but Dak is having a great year, just like Josh Allen and the rest of them. And Matthew Stafford, Dak is right there with him. So I think the Cowboys will pull this one out.
I just want to say one thing. Diggs came back to practice yesterday for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So if he plays Sunday, that is going to help the defense even more.
We're going to leave him right on the bench.
Hey, Bishop, you want to change your mind after listening to everybody? You want
to you got to understand one thing. Any given Sunday. That's all I'm going to say.
I was just giving you an opportunity.
In this case.
Any given Sunday. Stick with it. Stick with it. Stick with it. Any given Sunday.
It's quarter of. I'm a Larry. Go ahead, Larry. Hey, what else you got for me? Come on now, talk about the
The
Chiefs too.
Chiefs.
All right,
The
good.
Kansas City Chiefs
All right.
playing the Texans.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's gonna be a game to see.
When it-
And Kansas City is right now, it's the playoffs in Kansas City right now, and they are gonna take off the Texans with their great defense. I predict, and I will cash my check
Careful.
Sunday when they take down the Texans and get back on the road.
They play in Kansas City, you said, right?
A blank check.
This one, I think it was in Kansas City.
All right.
Yeah, they're playing in Kansas City.
Let's start with you, Henry. Go ahead, bro. Who you got and what you think?
Well, I picked Kansas City to win.
Ooh.
But it's going to be a tough game because the Texans are playing, but the defense is playing good. Because Kansas City has been struggling, but I'm picking them to win because they know they can't lose no more games.
None.
Texas ain't beat Kansas City in 20 years.
Okay. All right. But Larry, what is now? Kansas City not scoring a lot of points on other defense. What was the highest total the Kansas City Chiefs scored in the last 5 games? I mean, what's
28. 28.
28 points. That's it. And that's the highest they scored in the last 5-6 games. No, they're not going to score.
That wasn't the highest.
I'm asking in the last 5 games, how many points? Because I know they haven't been scoring a lot of points. Against this Houston's defense, if they get 14 or 17 points, that's going to do good for them. Because they're not scoring a lot of points. Even with the great Pat Mahomes, they're not scoring a lot of points.
28 and 23 the last 2 games.
28-23. That's not a lot of points. That's good. It's okay. But against this Houston defense, if they score 17 points, I'll give it to them. They got a good defense in Houston. They got a good defense.
Are they playing in Houston or are they playing in Kansas City?
Kansas City. They play in Kansas City.
They're better at home.
Okay, how many points you predicting to score on that defense, Bishop?
I know I'll give them 23. I think they can do 23, and I think they can win it. But I'm gonna ride the Texans, but I kind of think Kansas City's gonna figure out how to win this game.
But you're going with the Texans, though. Okay.
I'm riding the Texans, but I tend to think Kansas City's gonna figure out how to win this game.
But what's your record? What's your winning percentage?
I think I'm in 4th place. If you go back to the Run Your Pool, I'm in 4th place. I'm ahead of you.
No,
you're not. No, you're not.
Hold on. Before you guys go back and forth, Pastor, can the Kansas City Chiefs score at least 28 points on this defense?
I think if they score, their defense is going to have to score. Their edge rushers are monsters. I mean, their strength is Kansas City's weakness. They got it. Yeah, they are. I'm looking at this right here, man, Larry. I don't know. They got the Texans, the Chargers, and the Broncos. Wow.
Yes.
But can they score at least 21 points on that defense?
Yeah, they could. Because I think that the Texans quarterback is going to help them out. I think the defense is going to score.
Okay. What about you, Anthony, on the Texans defense against the Chiefs offense?
I like the Texans. Only because one I've gone against them the last 2 weeks and they've won. So I'm thinking, I'm either going to be stubborn or whatever. But the thing is, to me right now, again, this is like the Dallas-Detroit game was an elimination game. Whoever loses is probably going to be out. And right now, the Texans are a game behind for the last spot, and the last spot right now is Buffalo, and they already beat Buffalo. So I'm gonna cross my fingers. I think Texans can go in there and win. I know they've never beaten them before, but something this is the kind of year it's been where all different things are happening and all sorts of different things. I'm gonna go with the Texans.
All right, Don.
I don't think the Chiefs and Pat Mahomes are ready to lose just yet. So I'm going with the Chiefs on this one here. I know the Texans. I heard all about the defense, all that, but I think Pat Mahomes is time to pull a rabbit out of his hat.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Yeah, this is a tough one, man. But it's hard to bet against Mahomes in a game like this. This is definitely a tough one. You know what I mean? But I think I went with Kansas City.
All right, go ahead, bro. Did I get you already, Andy?
Yes, you did.
All right, now I just want to say this. Now, I like Pat Mahomes. I really do. I don't want you guys thinking. You guys think I'd be criticizing Magic, no guys. But I try to be real across the board. Now, Pat Mahomes, Don used to pull a rabbit out of his hat, which he could. He improved that in the past. But he also beat the Colts. I think he lost to the Cowboys. So he's not, he's not really consistent. Not like he's on a run, like he won 5 in a row. So, it's not like, he won 5 in a row and now he's back on track because he might win one and lose the next one. So I'm looking at it. I got to go with the Texans because, like somebody said, I think Anthony, that the Texans, they got to win this game as well. Both of them
won the Super Bowl 5 years in a row.
So what? What that mean? The Bills went there 4 years in a row. Buffalo Bills. What that mean?
Bills ain't going to. Oh, you talking about yesteryear?
No, you said they went to the Super Bowl 5 years ago.
You talking about 50 years ago?
Oh, whatever.
They won before Dallas won.
Kansas City's yesteryear with Super Bowl for the moment.
Right. So just because they went to the Super Bowl, that was in the past. All right, that was in the past. Cowboys won 2 Super Bowls in the past. But I'm talking about right Sunday's game. Pat Mahomes, like Donald said, better put a rabbit out of his hat because Houston is no joke. They're no joke. They're a good team.
They are.
All right, they're a good team, Larry. I'm just trying to tell you. I know what you got up there. Casey ready, rolling, and all that.
Ready, rolling, rocking.
All right. Well, okay, Larry. For your sake, I'm going with the Chiefs, but I won't be surprised if Houston won.
You like losing, Jerry?
Hey, Jerry.
Go ahead.
I got a subject to bring up. It's basketball, though. It's something I just found out today.
Go ahead.
I might have forgot it years ago. Now, you remember how people say that KD jumped from OKC to Golden State because Golden State beat them, right?
Yep.
I just found out, man. Now, Detroit beat Chicago, right?
About Detroit Pistons.
Right.
Yep.
And then the next year, didn't Jordan recruit Dennis Rodman, John Sally, and James Elwood from that team?
Yes, he did.
Yep. No. He went to San Antonio before he went to San Antonio first, then to Chicago.
That's true.
Which one?
Dennis
Rodman.
Sally, I think, did go to Chicago.
But the Bruce point, Michael Jordan did recruit Dennis Rodman because they lost Horace Grant. Horace Grant with the Orlando Magic, and they needed a power forward. So Michael recruited Dennis Rodman. But go ahead, Bruce.
John Sally and James Edwards, they center from Detroit.
Right.
Brought all of them to Chicago. So he didn't have to lead the jump teams like they said LeBron and them guys did. He brought everybody to him.
There you go.
Nobody ever talks about that. I was reading that today. I said, man, this is something here.
And ask what is the difference in all that?
Huh?
There's no difference in it. The same process.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a little different. KD went running over to a winning team. I think it's a little different.
Yeah, but how
KD went running from getting beat from this team, a winning team. That's jumping ship all the way.
Yeah, but let me ask
I don't
this.
think it's the same thing as
I'm not sure, but was it the next year after they beat Chicago that he brought them guys over?
No.
It was a few years.
Because like you said, Dennis Rodman went to the Spurs. He played for the Spurs.
He actually left. He actually left that. He actually left and did the baseball thing, and then came back. And then when they had the first three-peat, that's when they got Rodman, and Rodman had already left Detroit and ran out of favor in San Antonio because him and Popovich didn't get along.
Yep.
Right. Because Pop wasn't going for his tactics. He dressed up like a woman, a lady,
or something like that.
Phil Jackson put up with it.
Yeah. Got tired of Madonna coming in the locker room.
So Bruce, what is your point you're making? Give me your point.
Is that even though Michael Jordan didn't leave, he built up that super team when he brought them guys in because all three of them guys were big help in those championship games. You know what I mean? Especially Rodman and John Sally, the Spiders.
Bruce, let me say something, and you guys can chime in as well. Bruce, every team that won the championship basically had a super team. Go back to Dr. J, Moses Malone.
That's what I told you years ago.
You gotta tell me I know that. Maurice Cheeks and Andrew Toney.
I'm saying the way people jump on LeBron about jumping on super teams, people made super teams way before him.
The owner made the super teams back then. It wasn't the players, it was the free agency.
They brought them together. That's like Garnett brought Ray Allen and them to help Pierce out. It's up to the general manager to sign off on it. But them boys.
Right. That's right.
I mean, think about it. Even back then, Walt Frazier and Earl the Pro in the backcourt. Come on, Earl the Pro and Walt Frazier in the backcourt.
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks didn't have a super team.
Who?
Dallas Mavericks. All you had was
all that Dirk Nowitzki,
Dirk did it by
Avery.
himself.
Was
Who
Nowitzki, Avery?
But yeah, they didn't have a super team though. Yeah, Dirk. He's the only Hall of Famer on that team.
There you go.
Okay, now I'll go along with that. As far as, but also, Pastor Walt, that same team swept the Lakers too in that same year when they beat Miami Heat.
What's the point? I said they're not a super team.
No, I agree. I understand.
They're not a super team.
But that team was that good though. Even though they wasn't a super team, because I think they beat San Antonio that year. They beat OKC and they swept Kobe Bryant and the Lakers.
That's fine, but the point was they weren't a super team. I was just saying they weren't a super team. Not to say they didn't win. They won the title. They beat the Heat with LeBron, and they beat that super team, and they weren't a super team.
And they shouldn't have beat the Heat either, but they did. They
had no answer for Nowitzki. That's why they lost. No answer.
Well, in that series, you know who I really blame that series? I blame Dwayne Wade in that series.
Was Jason Kidd on that team?
Yeah,
he was on the team.
Yeah, Tyson Chandler.
Jason Terry, I think, was the actual starting point guard. I think,
Terry was the one that. Yeah, the Jet was the one that was killing them on there.
But well, the reason why I said I blame Dwayne Wade because I remember that year very well. Now, when the Heat had to play the Celtics, they beat them in 5 games. LeBron James led that team against the Celtics. Dwayne Wade didn't do anything. Then they played the Chicago Bulls in the following series for the Eastern Conference Finals, and they lost to the Bulls 4 straight in the regular season, even lost game 1 in that series. LeBron James carried that team against the Chicago Bulls, and they won the next 4. They swept them. Now when they go to Dallas, now all of a sudden Dwayne Wade want to try to take over. He tried to take over now. LeBron carried them against Boston. He carried against Chicago. Now because he beat them in 2006. Now he tried to take over, and LeBron James saying, "Whoa, what are you doing?" So he deferred to Dwayne Wade, and Dwayne Wade couldn't carry that team. That's my opinion.
And remember Chicago. Rose was out that series, if I remember correctly. With the
Rose played that series.
No,
I think he game 1, and then he was out with the ankle.
He got hurt in that series.
He got hurt, but he played
the whole series. He didn't play the whole series.
Okay, but I'm just saying. But anyway, you might they didn't have a super team. The Dallas Mavericks. They didn't have a super team that one year, and they won. They won. Even the Houston Rockets didn't have a super team really when they won. When they won them 2 years, and they didn't have a super team. Who do you have, Anthony? Besides Kenny Smith.
Well, you had Ori, you had Mad Max, and Smith.
Mario Ellie.
And Otis Thorpe.
Is that a super team, though?
What's that?
That's not a super team. No.
Not a super team. A good team.
Elijah was in his peak. He was
Let's put it this way. It may not be a super team, but you had quality players on there.
Yeah.
Robert Ory was a rookie. But you also had, guys like Mario. You had Ellie. You had, Kenny Smith. And people forget, as crazy as he was, Mad Max was probably one of the best 6 men in the NBA at that time.
That's right.
Then they had the other guard too. I forgot the other.
And Clyde Drexler came the following year.
He came the following year.
Yeah.
But we all started with the
championship that year.
You're thinking of Sam Cassell.
Yeah, Sam Cassell, right? That's the guy. Yeah. But you guys got to admit, though, besides Houston and Dallas, most of them teams back then had super teams. The Lakers.
Put it this way.
Go ahead.
The big. It's more to me. It's not so much a super team. It's having a big 3. I mean, you look at the team. You look at like when Kareem won his first title with the Bucks. You had Bobby Dandridge,
Bobby Dandridge,
Adrian past his prime. Even that great Laker team in the 70s, even though Elgin Baylor was hurt, you still had Gail Goodrich, you still had Jerry West and as well. Yeah. It's the whole Big Three concept has never everybody, the Big Three concept has always been there. Even like the Warriors.
Remember the Knicks brought in Dave the Busher to go with them? Yeah, that was
exactly.
back then.
Everybody. When they won the second title, you had Jerry Lucas, and you had, of course, you had Pearl, but they also had a very young Henry Bibby and Dean Memminger. So they had, there
was a menace to people.
And it's something Christian was playing power forward. Ain't that something?
Oh yeah. He was the missing. He got traded for Walt Bellamy.
But he was the missing link. Yeah, he was the missing link. Yeah.
But then again, even the super teams don't really win unless you got a good chemistry. You can look at the 76ers when they lost. All right. Portland wasn't no super team. They had Bill Walton, they had Johnny Davis, and what's the guard?
Go back that far. Go back to the Warriors team that lost to the Cavs. That was a super team.
The Warriors
were.
Who had a super team? The Cavs?
When the Cavs beat the Warriors.
Oh, that was a super team.
That was super
team. That was definitely a super team with Kevin Durant.
Come on. I'm just saying, on paper, the Warriors should have beat the Cavs, but they wouldn't have it that year.
They had the best record of all time. They had the 73 and 9.
Exactly.
What year are you talking about the Warriors?
He's talking about the year before KD jumped.
Right.
Yeah. They had the best record. He lost to Cleveland.
They had LeBron and Kyrie Irving.
And they had Kevin Love. They had a good team. They had a team that could beat Golden State. Mm-hmm. That didn't surprise me because LeBron shouldn't even fell behind 3-1, to be honest. If LeBron would have took over and played the way Michael Jordan played, and I love him.
I think the turn that is when they started teasing LeBron. Remember they were saying they started teasing. I said, "Oh man, you don't want to poke him now." They kept poking him and talking about, "Oh, he ain't that." When they was up 3-1, let him be.
Leave him alone.
Remember, Draymond missed game. What was it? Game
5
because of the shenanigans too.
Yeah,
but they game 6 and game 7 also.
Yeah.
Was Draymond Green suspended game 5 that series?
Yeah, I think it was. I want to say game 5. It was game 5, I think.
It was game 5. Yeah. And you know something though? Even though Draymond was suspended in game 5, you guys know how many points that Kyrie and LeBron had in that game? You guys remember that?
They both had 40, if I remember.
They both had 41 points. I don't care if Draymond Green was playing. They wasn't going to stop LeBron and Kyrie 41 points. Just that simple.
The game before that, they kept putting the crown on and teasing them and all that stuff. That's when I said, leave them alone. Just win, man.
Yeah.
and them guys went and recruited. Even though, Don, you said, or Bruce said that KD jumped in that team, them guys got on a plane. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Clay got on the plane and met Kevin Durant because they wanted to bring Kevin Durant in because he was a free agent. They knew they couldn't beat LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. That's why they went and got Kevin Durant. Kevin didn't want to go play with LeBron in Cleveland, so he chose to go to Golden State just to beat LeBron James because he lost to LeBron when he went OKC. So he knew he couldn't beat LeBron either. All of them teamed up to beat who? LeBron James.
Well, that was a bad decision. Kevin decision was really bad because if he went and played with LeBron James, he might have got more rings.
That's exactly right.
Well, he got 2 with Golden State.
He got 2, but why did he leave? Because of Draymond Green. Wasn't no Draymond Green, wouldn't have been on the Cavaliers. LeBron wouldn't have it.
I agree.
If it was LeBron's team, he would have got rid of Draymond Green. He'd have been the one gone.
Everybody wanted to beat LeBron. LeBron was the man they wanted to beat.
It was a bad decision because if you had teamed up with LeBron, I think they would have done really well together.
Because if you had free agency back in Michael Jordan day, if you're going to tell me that Patrick Ewing and Charles Barkley and Dominique Wilkins wouldn't have hooked up to beat Michael Jordan, they would have did it back then as well. Because if you got a guy dominating or you're somebody that you feel you can't beat, you're going to put a team together to try to beat that guy. That's why Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce got together to beat LeBron James.
Spurs in the playoffs.
And for all and the funny thing is, for all the stuff that Barkley talks, Barkley basically went to two, big threes. When he went to Phoenix, he had Marley and Kevin Johnson.
Yeah.
And then when he went to Houston, you had Scotty, him, and Elijah.
Right.
And so it's the concept of the big three has always been there. Even going back to the Celtics had a bunch of big threes. Modern day, you had Bird, McHale, and Parrish, and then you go back to even Russell's day. You had
Havlicek, all of them.
The Jones boys.
Yeah, the Jones boys. Come on.
Yeah, man. Zach Sanders.
Because to me, Anthony, one of the best teams ever that really did not play up to their potential was the Philadelphia 76ers with Doc and Malone and Doc and Moses Malone and Andrew Toney and Maurice Cheeks and Bobby Jones. That was a good team.
They at least won one title.
They should have won more than one.
But see, you have to remember, Moses was already like 30. Remember, Doc retired about 2 years afterwards as well. They were older. The teams, it's those teams in the 80s where they had, Caldwell Jones and Bobby Jones, Clement Johnson, even like early on, Doug Collins and Lloyd Free. It's those teams in the 80s when they had Doc and McGinnis that lost to Portland, got knocked out in early rounds. Those teams probably were a little bit more suspect because they were notorious for being up for three quarters and then losing in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, but they had too many individual players with that George McGinnis.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted.
Jesse, remember, when they won it, they wound up getting beat the next year in the first round by the
New Jersey, by the Nets. But I don't want to pick on Doc because I love Doc. Saw him at Lehigh, but Doc lost to Portland with Bill Walton, and the next year he lost to the Washington Bullets with Elvin Hayes and Wes Unseld. Then when Bird and Magic came along, all right. I mean, even though he beat Bird, he lost to Magic as a rookie, and it was supposed to shouldn't have no rookie coming to your gym, Game 6 with Kareem on the bench, and you're gonna let a rookie score 42 points in your gym? No, that should never happen.
That's magic.
Who's the better player? Who was the better player? Darryl Dawkins or Shaq?
Who's the better player?
What's that?
Darryl Dawkins.
Shaq.
Yeah, you gotta go with Shaq.
I think it was Darryl Dawkins because Darryl Dawkins had a nice little jumper. Shaq ain't had nothing sound like no jumper.
Shaq was a monster.
You gonna pick Dawkins over Shaq, Bruce?
The refs gave Shaq more respect than they gave Darryl Dawkins.
I'll go along with that part. Yeah, the Chocolate Thunder.
Dawkins got close to somebody that called a foul on him. See,
but Bruce, this is all I want to say. I know you said Larry, that's Magic Johnson. I agree with that. But this man coming in your house, Game 6, without Kareem, even though they probably didn't look at Magic, who Magic was at that time, and they probably had an off night saying, well, Kareem is not there. We got this game automatically. Ain't no way you're going to let a rookie come in your house and score 42 points and you Dr. J. No, that should never happen.
You know what, Jerry? It happens when you disregard that player, and that's pretty much what they did. And when they woke up, it was too late. Simple as that.
That's my point. Okay.
When they woke up, it was just.
But Jamal Wilkes did have 37 in that game too.
Andy, they don't want to hear that part. I've brought that up many times.
We ain't disregarding that.
Speaks to how great a player Magic was too.
That's
That's
it.
right.
That's right.
That's magic.
I'm not saying Magic wasn't great, but we're talking about Philly with the great Dr. J. You're gonna let a rookie come in your house?
He didn't let him do nothing. He came in and did it.
That's exactly what happened.
You're supposed to do the same thing. You're supposed to step up to the plate too.
Yeah. Here's a good analogy.
Then you lost to Larry Bird the next year. They let Bird beat you.
They had two halves to that game.
That's
They
right.
let bust their butt both halves.
Then you lost to Bird the next year too. Bird beat him in the next year. I'm talking about Dr. J.
We talking about that game you were talking about.
I'm talking about Bird too, though.
Dr. J was on the other side of the hill, so I'm not even going to count that. I mean, you know, and I'm going to say hypothetically, and we can do woulda, coulda, shoulda all day long. If Dr. J came into the NBA in his ABA years, he'd have probably been even more dominant, possibly, than Michael. So I'm going to just leave that alone and leave it where it is. It happened the way it did, and it is what it is. Dr. J was on the backside of his best years.
It was at the door.
When he finally won a championship.
All right, okay, I'll go along with that part. If you want to say he was on the backside of his career, okay, I'll go along with that.
Well, he was on the backside. I'm just saying hypothetically, and of course we'll never be able to know because you know we can never go back to that time.
Hold on 1 second.
In his ABA years into the NBA, and then make that comparison because he was dominant in the ABA. I mean, dominant.
Yes,
you could make the argument. I'm sorry.
I said had no outside shot.
Well, he didn't need one because he spent
no outside shot.
He spent more time at the rim.
He was a Tim Duncan. He used to use that backboard.
Yeah,
he used a lot of the backboard, but he was creative when he went inside, and he wasn't afraid to go inside either.
Yeah, but like Walt said, he wasn't a shooter. He was a scorer.
You know who I like? Just as good. I know Doc gets all the hype, but I like David Thompson.
I always like David too.
Yeah.
All-around player. I liked him too.
You know, his name don't get mentioned enough.
That's what I'm saying. He don't get no credit.
Yeah.
I mean, I love David Thompson, man.
Yeah. It's like people forgot all about
you can make the argument. You can make the argument that those what he won three ABA titles with the Nets. Am I correct?
Two squads.
You can make
Doc won two.
argument.
I think he won two.
He won two.
He was in two. But you can make the argument that last Nets team that won the title was better than the Sixer
Knicks
team that he eventually won because you had Keenan and
John.
Yeah, Super John, yeah.
Yeah.
The key to that one that they won the title was Moses Malone because he dominated on. He dominated. Moses, remember the year they lost to Boston? He said, "Give me 4 more people off the street, and I'll beat Boston by myself."
That's right. Mo Johnson was the man. I mean, Mo Johnson. Moses Malone was the man.
That was the NBA, though. That wasn't the ABA.
Yeah. It's the thing was what DeBusschere was to the Knicks as the final piece. That's what Moses was to the Sixers.
No doubt. Yeah. No doubt.
Sure.
No doubt.
Even more.
Oh yeah. Because I mean, God bless him. You know, Caldwell Jones, Dawkins, Clement Johnson, nice centers, but you know,
it won't go.
Moses Malone, he get like 20 points, 20 rebounds. I mean, he was dominant.
Yeah.
Moses Malone was a bad boy, man. He don't get the proper respect he deserves either.
No, right. When they talk about
I almost hate to do this because this show gonna go on for another 2 hours if I say this. Moses Malone and LeBron James in the same thing coming out of high school. You got to give respect to LeBron James for what he has accomplished because Moses had that same opportunity.
That's true. Yeah, no, but they were different type of players, though.
Different type of players.
I'm not talking about the type of player. I'm talking about they had the same opportunity. I can't talk about what they were for players because Moses Malone had to turn into a role player in his latter years. He might have had a moment of domination, but nothing like what LeBron James had.
Yeah, but when you speak about LeBron, keep one thing in mind, Bishop. They chose him as the chosen one. He was King James. Yeah. LeBron had so much hype on him. Nobody had that type of hype that LeBron had, or expectation, should I say. And he lived up, he surpassed the expectation that they even put on him. He surpassed
a man among boys, even in high school. So what are we going to do about it?
But he surpassed that. He broke up the Detroit Pistons. He broke up the Celtics. All them dynasties that he broke up by himself. That's why a guy like Kevin Durant had to go to Golden State to beat this kid because I said the Pistons, they'll beat everybody. LeBron broke that team up with Cleveland. He broke up the Celtics when they had Ray Allen. And so he was on a mission. So the thing was, we got to beat this kid. We can't have another Michael Jordan. I mean, he went to 8 straight finals. We cannot have another Michael Jordan. So free agency put them teams together to try to beat LeBron James. That's how good LeBron was.
I remember Nike gave him $90 million when he was a senior in high school. $90
There
million.
you go. There you go.
Yeah. They asked him to carry. They basically said he was asked to carry the league.
Right.
Did it?
Asked to carry the league.
But
Anthony,
Anthony,
20-something years.
but Anthony, why people hate on LeBron the way they do though? I see a lot of people in their comments.
I go back and forth with that. Put it this way. It's different factions. You got the Jordan fans who basically think that it's Jordan and nobody else. And Jordan is a great player. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
Again, the excuse I always use is, and unfortunately, it's like, I don't think he's going to be appreciated until he's gone. But it's the sort of thing where he has been, he's been there 20 years now, or going into possibly 24. And so many people are trying to push him out of the league and all the other stuff. But again, I don't think, I'll just leave it like this. It seems as though with this era of sports, whatever, it's more about what you didn't do as opposed to what you did do.
All right.
Because
and let me go to my brother because I know 716. Henry, why people hate LeBron so much, man? Henry, you got froze.
He froze.
Pastor, why people hate so much?
How do you freeze in that position, Henry?
Pastor, why do people hate LeBron James as much as they do? You think?
I don't think people hate LeBron James as much as they did. You really got the old heads, and Anthony already said it. The old heads, basically, Jordan fans are going to protect what they think is the standard. You got the new crew, or the 21st, or what do you call them? Generations X, Y, and Z, who are used to seeing LeBron. LeBron James for X, Y, and Z is what Michael Jordan was to us. So I don't think it's a love-hate relationship only because of the fact that at Generations X, Y, and Z never saw Jordan in his fullness. They heard of him, they've seen highlights of him, but they never experienced Michael Jordan, in a game where, and back in the day, remember, they didn't call these little ticky-tack fouls. You look at me wrong and it's a technical. They didn't make them kind of calls. You came down the middle, you was going to get your jaw broke. That's the way they played back then. Okay?
Right, go ahead, Pastor, on that one. Well, LeBron James, man, the hate that he receives. I don't
think it's a hate. I think it's more of when it's that GOAT comparison thing. I think that brings out the debate on whatever side of the fence you're on. I don't think it's a hate because he's definitely accomplished. He's had, I always say he's had the greatest career of any basketball player. That's what I look at. So it's not a hate. It's just when the debate comes up, that he's better than Michael Jordan. I think that's the part that brings out the whatever your stuff is.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Tom. Give me your opinion before we close out. Now, you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I hear you. No, I'm just going to go along with what Pastor Walt said. That's the only thing that really make a lot of sense because when you talk about the GOAT debate, that's when all this come up. Other than that, everything else is nice and quiet.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Bruce. You want to say something?
I agree with what Walt said, too. I think that's the whole thing. You know what I mean? His record his game is so close to Jordan. They don't want nobody to take Jordan's crown.
Right.
You know what I mean? And LeBron threatens that. That's why they so.
That's why they hate on him.
Yeah.
I use that word hate because if it wasn't for LeBron, you wouldn't be talking about Michael Jordan. See, so Michael's in the conversation because, like we talk about Kevin Durant or Steph and everybody that want to beat LeBron, Michael Jordan name comes up when LeBron names comes up because he's the only comparison that they could compare him to. So now the people that love Michael go ahead on LeBron because he's a threat to Michael Jordan. So I don't mean hate where they want to stab him or kill him. It's just the fact that they feel threatened by the legacy that LeBron James have, and his legacy can threaten Michael's legacy, and they don't like that. So they're going to try to find holes in LeBron.
And what's funny is, people forget when Jordan came onto the scene. Basically, people said he was the next Dr. J, but you didn't see the Dr. J fans get so like, oh no, you can't, you don't get that same vitriol from the Dr. J fans. There's a very famous cover of Jordan in a doctor's outfit, and it says the next Dr. J. And I don't remember the Dr. J being threatened by that.
Illustrated. I remember that.
The Jordan fans are so for lack of a better word, it's almost like a gang thing where they feel threatened by his greatness, and I don't get it. My thing is, look, when LeBron's statue in Springfield is being made as we speak. It's just a matter of he's got to wait the 5 years. What I hate to see is that on both sides they try to dehumanize each other. They're both great players. Yeah. I don't understand why we can't appreciate both of them.
The only way this problem will be solved if Michael Jordan and LeBron James got on television, national TV, on a national televised game, and both of them acknowledge each other, and Michael will say, LeBron's the GOAT in his era, I'm the GOAT in my era, and let's solve this thing and show love. Michael not gonna ever do that.
Not gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna solve that, but you still people gonna have an opinion like myself. Like myself. And I'm not a Michael Jordan fan. You know that. I'm a Laker fan. I didn't even but my opinion is my opinion. Right. But I don't hate LeBron. LeBron, as I just said, he has the greatest career of everybody. But is he better than Michael Jordan? In my opinion, he's not.
I'm talking about
that's not hating on LeBron. I never even liked the Bulls. I've been a Laker fan since forever.
I'm talking about the debate part of it. If you want people to stop debating, if Michael Jordan, I know Michael would never do this. I would. If Michael Jordan went up there and said, okay, y'all, I know this debate thing is getting out of hand. LeBron's a great player. He's the GOAT in his era. I'm the GOAT in my era. Let's stop this debate, blah, blah. Then now calm things down. That's what I'm saying.
Still gonna have the opinion. The next person that says Kareem's the GOAT in his era, and that one's the GOAT in that era.
You can look at it like this. You can look at it like this too. Now, take Tom Brady. Tom Brady was a winner, just like LeBron was a winner.
Yeah.
He did Brady. So people like the underdog a lot of times, and a lot of hate come from that. Because Brady was winning every year. That's like LeBron was winning. He would come out the East, 8 years, 10 years straight.
Yeah.
People didn't like that. Same thing with Brady. They didn't like Brady. You know what I mean? But they know that in his career, he's considered the GOAT.
That's right.
So Montana. I mean, people always gonna have. It'll never be substantiated who's really the GOAT. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's like that. It's like that with all the sports. I mean, let's be honest. With baseball, you got a generation of folks that think Joe DiMaggio was the greatest, and then you got another generation of folks that think Willie Mays was the greatest. And even now, I mean, put it this way: for Hank Aaron, with his 755 home runs, with his 3,000 hits, he's still in many ways one of the most underrated players in the history of the game.
He is.
They're putting Mantle and Mays over him as greatest players. Yeah, no doubt. No, that's true.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because he played in Atlanta, they said it was a small stadium.
But I think Barry Bonds is better than all of them.
There's always going to be a level of debates. But again, what gets me with this Jordan and James thing is that both, whether it's the James folks or the Jordan, they literally, put it this way, they literally try to make it out like both of these guys couldn't play. They're great players.
That's
that's the thing. That's the look, everybody's gonna have their favorites. But when they try to dehumanize each other, that's where the problem lies.
That's what I said. Michael Jordan, he can end the whole debate thing if he wanted to. If he just go up there and just say, I was great in my day. LeBron great.
Do that, Jerry? Give me a reason why he would want to do that. Why would he want to do that?
They wouldn't believe
that's my thought process exactly. Why would he want to do that?
Why would he want to do it? This hype is good. He's loving it.
Yeah,
don't think he's not.
People wouldn't believe him nowhere. They'll say he does being humble.
No, see, you got to agree with what Don said because, I mean, he wants his name to be in their mouth, even if it is LeBron James they're talking about. I mean, hey, listen, he's been off the court how many years now, and we still talk about him?
Because of LeBron. That's why we talk about him.
My point exactly, Jerry. we got Michael Jordan's name in our mouth along with LeBron James. Michael ain't got to do no work because we become his newspaper.
Right.
Yeah. It takes away how bad of a GM and how bad his current team is now.
That's right.
Okay. I mean, it was me. I'll do it. I ain't got a problem saying LeBron's great in his era. I mean, I was great in my era. You know, this debate thing, you know, or just say nobody's the GOAT. You know, I mean, just say nobody's the GOAT.
You can't say that.
The thing, see, also, and again, I don't mean to belabor the point, but when you think of the NBA, think of how much the NBA, even from 10 years, 25 years, the game has changed. You know, when we grew up, if you didn't have a dominant center, you weren't looked upon as a great team. But now you've had teams that have had guys who would be considered mediocre centers back in the day win championships. I mean, technically, yeah. Well,
they got no center.
Even with San Antonio, even though I guess Robinson would be considered the center as opposed to Duncan, but they were basically two power forwards. There was really a true center there. You know, the Bulls won with Cartwright and Luke Longley and Bill Weddington. You know, one of the reasons why I think Shaq still gets a lot of whatever is because he's that traditional big man, and he played for the Lakers as well. So that's why his name that's why his name is always going to be mentioned in the conversation. But so many, you know, now it's become such a guard-oriented league now that you don't truly have to have a quote unquote dominant center. I mean, with all due respect, Hartenstein is basically OKC center, and he's not really a dominant center, he's not. I'm not a center, but I play one on TV, basically.
One of the best. Let me go back against the Joker. That's right.
Let me throw this in there real quick. Go back to 77, 78. Bullets win the championship. Was Wes Unseld a dominant center or just a good center?
Good center.
He wasn't dominant. He was 6'7".
That's all he was, just a good center. So to your point,
you got to remember,
we had a dominant power forward, though.
I agree with that. Yes, but he had
man, you had E. Come on now.
All right, listen, man, it's almost 7:30. I'm not keeping you guys all night. I mean, we can go to 8 o'clock, but you guys going. That's all right.
Well, listen, we don't win an hour and a half, 4 minutes and call it a day.
I missed my community meeting messing with y'all, man. I gotta go see what's going on. I gotta see what they're doing in my neighborhood, man. I gotta go.
Yeah. You say something, Don?
No, I was saying the next time you guys want to pull all nighter, me and Bruce want to be home too now.
Yeah, I thought Jerry called us.
You want to be out in that rain and snow? No.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me, Bruce. You guys going at it. I'll just keep the show going. You guys going at it, man. Anyway, Bishop, close out in prayer, man. Come on.
Bless us, Father, in Jesus' name, we thank you for this time. God, we thank you for this fellowship and all who take part in it. Now, as we part this line, but never your presence, God, we ask that you will continue to keep us, to continue to lead, guide, and guard us, to continue to minister to us. Open us up, Father God, for the things that pertain to life and godliness, to your word and your will. Now unto him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think, to the only wise God be glory, majesty, dominion, and power, both now, henceforth, and forevermore. Let the great men of God say amen.
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 Amen. All right, you guys, Friday night, we'll do it again, man. I know you guys have fun tonight, so we'll do it again Friday night.
All right, who going